Once upon a time, in a quaint village at the edge of a dense forest in southern India, there was a legend about the Moonlight Guardian. This guardian was believed to protect the village from the spirits and creatures that roamed the forest under the cover of night. Every full moon, the villagers would light lanterns and place them around their homes, a tradition handed down for generations. The village, with its cobblestone paths and thatched roof cottages, seemed almost magical under the moon's glow. Children would play in the streets, their laughter echoing through the night, while elders would gather around the fire to share stories of old. The most cherished and often recounted tale was that of the Moonlight Guardian. The story begins with a young girl named Meera, who lived with her grandmother. Meera was brave and curious, always eager to explore the mysteries around her. Her grandmother, Amma, was the village storyteller, and her tales were woven with wisdom and wonder. One evening, as the full moon began to rise, Amma gathered the villagers to share the legend once more. The Moonlight Guardian, Amma began, her voice carrying a mixture of reverence and melancholy, is a spirit of great power. It is said that long ago, a noble warrior named Veer fell in love with the moon goddess, Chandra. Their love was pure but forbidden, for Veer was mortal and Chandra, immortal. When their love was discovered by the gods, Veer was cursed to roam the forest as a guardian, only able to protect the village when the moon is full and the light is strong. As Amma spoke, Meera's curiosity grew. She had heard the story countless times, but tonight, something felt different. She noticed the way Amma's eyes glistened with unshed tears, the way her voice wavered slightly. That night, Meera decided she would uncover the truth about the Moonlight Guardian. As the village fell asleep, Meera quietly slipped out of her home and headed towards the forest. The trees loomed tall and dark, their branches swaying in the gentle breeze. The full moon bathed the forest in a silvery glow, casting airy shadows on the ground. With each step, the sounds of the night grew louder, the hooting of owls, the rustling of leaves, and the distant howls of unknown creatures. Meera walked deeper into the forest, her heart pounding with a mix of excitement and fear. She had always been drawn to the forest, its mysteries calling out to her. Suddenly, she heard a soft rustling behind her. She turned quickly, but saw nothing. Determined, she pressed on, following a faint path that seemed to glow under the moonlight. After what felt like hours, she reached a clearing where an ancient temple stood, its stones covered in moss and vines. The temple was dedicated to Chandra, the moon goddess, and in the center stood a statue of a warrior with a sorrowful expression. Meera knew immediately that this was Veer. Just then, a cold breeze swept through the clearing, and the statue began to glow. Meera watched in awe as the stone seemed to melt away, revealing a tall, imposing figure clad in shimmering armor. It was the Moonlight Guardian. "Who are you, and why have you come here?" Veer's voice was deep and echoed through the night. Meera gathered her courage. "I am Meera, from the village. I wanted to know the truth about the legend." "Are you really the Moonlight Guardian?" Veer nodded, his expression softening. "Yes, I am Veer. Long ago, I fell in love with Chandra, and for that, I was cursed to protect this village forever, only able to reveal myself under the full moon's light. Is there no way to break the curse?" Meera asked, her heart aching for the sorrowful guardian. Veer sighed. "There is a way, but it is fraught with danger. To break the curse, a pure-hearted person must retrieve the heart of the moon, a sacred gem hidden deep within the forest, guarded by the spirits of the night. Only then can I be free and return to my love." Without hesitation, Meera declared, "I will find the heart of the moon and free you from this curse." Veer looked at her with a mixture of hope and fear. The journey is perilous. The spirits are powerful and merciless. But Meera was determined. She took a deep breath and set off towards the heart of the forest, guided by the moonlight. As she ventured deeper, the forest grew darker and colder. Shadows seemed to move around her, whispering eerie secrets. The path became narrow and treacherous, lined with thorny bushes and twisted roots. After walking for what seemed like an eternity, Meera stumbled upon an ancient tree, its trunk wide and gnarled, with a hollow at its base. Inside the hollow, she found an old scroll wrapped in silk. She carefully unwrapped it and read the faded words. To find the heart of the moon, follow the silver stream. Past the valley of shadows, where the night spirits dream. Through the cavern of echoes, where silence is lost. Brave the trials of the ancients, no matter the cost. Meera knew this was the key to finding the gem. She followed the silver stream that wound through the forest, its waters sparkling under the moonlight. The stream led her to a valley shrouded in mist, where shadows seemed to dance and shift. She could feel the presence of the night spirits watching her, their whispers growing louder. "Why do you seek the heart of the moon?" one spirit hissed, its voice like the rustling of leaves. "I seek to free the Moonlight Guardian and bring peace to my village," Meera replied, her voice steady. The spirits circled around her, their eyes glowing with an eerie light. "To succeed, you must face 3 trials," they intoned in unison. "The trial of courage, the trial of wisdom, and the trial of compassion." Meera nodded, her resolve unwavering. She followed the path through the valley, her steps guided by the faint glow of the moon. Soon, she reached the entrance to the cavern of echoes, a dark and foreboding place where every sound was magnified 100-fold. As she entered, she heard her own footsteps echoing back at her, creating a cacophony that threatened to overwhelm her senses. The first trial awaited her within the cavern. As she ventured deeper, she came upon a narrow ledge overlooking a bottomless chasm. The only way across was a fragile rope bridge, swaying precariously in the wind. Meera took a deep breath and stepped onto the bridge, her heart pounding in her chest. Halfway across, the ropes began to fray, and the planks creaked under her weight. She focused on the far side, her determination keeping her fear at bay. With each careful step, she moved closer to her goal, finally reaching the other side just as the bridge gave way behind her. The cavern opened up into a vast chamber filled with ancient carvings and statues of forgotten deities. In the center of the chamber stood a pedestal, upon which rested an intricately carved stone tablet. This was the trial of wisdom. The tablet bore a riddle. "I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I?" Meera pondered the riddle, her mind racing through possibilities. She closed her eyes and listened to the sounds around her, the rustling of the wind, the distant echoes. Suddenly, she knew the answer. "An echo," she whispered. The pedestal glowed, and the stone tablet transformed into a path leading out of the chamber. Meera followed the path, emerging into a serene glade bathed in moonlight. This was the final trial, the trial of compassion. In the center of the glade lay a wounded fawn, its leg caught in a trap. Meera's heart ached at the sight. She knelt beside the fawn, her hands gentle as she freed it from the trap. She tore a piece of her sari and wrapped it around the fawn's leg, soothing it with soft words. The fawn looked at her with grateful eyes before limping away into the forest. As the fawn disappeared, the ground beneath Meera's feet began to glow. The moonlight coalesced into a beam, guiding her to a hidden cave. Inside, she found a crystalline pedestal holding the heart of the moon, a gem that pulsed with an inner light. She reached out, and as her fingers closed around it, the spirits of the night appeared once more. "You have proven your worth," they said, their voices now gentle. "Take the heart of the moon and free the guardian." Mera cradled the gem close to her heart and made her way back to the clearing where Veer waited. His form was flickering like a candle in the wind, his strength waning. Mera held up the heart of the moon, and its light enveloped them both. The curse was lifted, and Veer's spirit began to rise towards the sky, towards Chandra, who descended in a beam of moonlight to embrace him. "Thank you, brave Mera," Veer whispered as he disappeared into the light. The forest seemed to sigh with relief, and the village was safe once more. Mera returned home, her heart full of the adventure she had lived and the love she had witnessed. From that night on, the village never again needed to light lanterns on full moon nights, for the Moonlight Guardian was free, and peace reigned under the moon's gentle glow.
Thank you for tuning in to our channel. We hope you enjoyed this episode and found it as captivating as we did. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with all our latest content. Your support and feedback are what keep us going. Stay tuned for more exciting videos, and as always, thank you for being a part of our community. See you in the next one.